Oak Island has killed 6 men searching for treasure that might not even exist, and their deaths have kept one of history's most stubborn mysteries alive for over 230 years. This mysterious island sits off Nova Scotia's coast, blanketed with the towering oak trees that gave it its name. Beneath those trees lies what could be the world's most elaborate hoax, a deadly trap, or humanity's greatest treasure. Since 1795, when Daniel McGinnis first discovered the money pit, treasure hunters have blown between $50 million and $100 million chasing shadows in this cursed ground. They've pulled up medieval lead crosses, Roman coins, coconut fibers from the tropics, and traces of gold. But the treasure itself, still missing. The whole thing started in the summer of 1795 with 3 teenagers, Daniel McGinnis, John Smith, and Anthony Vaughn. McGinnis was exploring the uninhabited island when he spotted something strange, a 13-foot wide depression under an oak tree with what looked like the remnants of a pulley system and freshly cut trees nearby. The depression looked man-made, deliberate, back when pirate stories fired imaginations and Captain Kidd's treasure filled dreams. The teenagers thought they had stumbled onto something extraordinary. They started digging right away. At 2 feet, they struck a layer of flagstones, clearly placed by human hands. At 10 feet, they uncovered a platform of oak logs fitted tightly across the shaft. This was not random debris. Someone had constructed this. They dug deeper and found another oak platform at 20 feet and then another at 30 feet. Each barrier seemed to mock their efforts, as if the original builders were playing an elaborate game across the centuries. The teenagers could not continue alone. In 1804, they convinced wealthy businessman Simeon Linz to fund a proper excavation through the Onslow Company, launching the first professional assault on what would become the Money Pit. They reached 90 feet, hitting oak platforms every 10 feet, along with layers of ship's putty and, weirdly, coconut fiber. Remarkable because coconuts do not grow in Nova Scotia and would have been imported from the tropics more than 1,000 miles away. Near the 90-foot mark, excitement exploded. The workers discovered a stone slab inscribed with mysterious symbols. One translation claimed it read, £2 million lie buried 10 feet below. When they returned the next morning to dig those final 10 feet, the pit had flooded with seawater. 60 feet of water sat where their dry excavation had been the day before. This was not an accident. In 1849, the Truro Company made a chilling discovery that changed everything. The flooding was not from underground springs, it was deliberate. Someone had engineered a sophisticated trap. They had built a tunnel 500 feet long from Smith's Cove directly to the money pit, designed to flood the moment anyone dug too deep. The original builders had not just buried treasure, they had created a hydraulic defense system 2 centuries before modern engineering. The tunnel discovery only intensified the obsession. If someone had gone to such extraordinary lengths to protect what lay beneath, it had to be worth a fortune. The theories multiplied like the oak platforms themselves. Captain Kidd's pirate treasure, Blackbeard's loot, British military gold from the 7 Years' War, Marie Antoinette's jewels smuggled to the New World during the French Revolution. Knights Templar artifacts potentially connected to Henry Sinclair's alleged voyage to Nova Scotia. Even the original manuscripts of William Shakespeare, hidden by Francis Bacon. Each theory attracted new investors, new companies, new hopes. The Oak Island Association arrived in 1863, the Halifax Company in 1866. In 1909, the Old Gold Salvage Group brought a remarkable young investor, 27-year-old Franklin Delano Roosevelt, fresh out of law school with a taste for adventure. Roosevelt helped drill, dynamite, and explore the pit. Even as president, he kept monitoring Oak Island's progress until his death in 1945, writing to friends about his hope that they would find all that lies beneath. But Oak Island demanded payment in more than money. In 1861, the first death occurred when a drainage pump exploded, killing an unnamed worker. In 1897, Maynard Kaiser plunged to his death when the rope holding his platform snapped as he was being hoisted from a shaft. These were not just accidents, they were warnings that Oak Island was not surrendering its secrets easily. The deadliest day came on August 17, 1965. Robert Restall Sr., a former daredevil performer, had spent 6 years and $200,000 creating over 200 boreholes across the island. That Tuesday, he descended into a 27-foot shaft and was overcome by hydrogen sulfide gas. His 24-year-old son Bobby went down to save him and also lost consciousness. Carl Gracer and 2 other men, Cyril Hiltz and Andy DeMont, attempted a rescue. 4 men died that day, bringing the total death toll to 6. A legend emerged around these deaths that 7 men must die before the treasure would be found. The curse was likely born in sensational magazine articles following the Restall tragedy and inflated by documentaries seeking drama. But real or not, the curse became part of Oak Island's mythology, another layer of mystery wrapped around an already impenetrable puzzle. The search might have ended there, with families devastated and fortunes lost, but modern treasure hunters brought new approaches. Daniel Blankenship spent 50 years drilling Borehole 10X, a 235-foot shaft where underwater cameras allegedly captured images of chests and human remains. Meanwhile, surveyor Fred Nolan discovered Nolan's Cross, a stone formation that some believe points to Knights Templar activity on the island. In 2006, 2 brothers from Michigan changed Oak Island's destiny forever. Rick Lagina, a retired postal worker, had been haunted by the island since age 11 when he read about it in Reader's Digest. His brother Marty, a successful engineer and entrepreneur worth an estimated $100 million, agreed to fund their obsession through the Triton Alliance partnership. They purchased most of Oak Island and brought something previous treasure hunters had lacked: unlimited resources and modern technology. The Lagina brothers' approach differed from their predecessors. Instead of just digging, they documented everything with metal detection expert Gary Drayton and researchers like Zena Halpern, who provided crucial Knights Templar maps. Their reality show, The Curse of Oak Island, premiered in 2014 on the History Channel, turning their search into the most watched treasure hunt in television history. But more importantly, they brought scientific rigor to centuries of speculation. The discoveries began immediately. They found a 1652 copper coin predating the Money Pit discovery by 143 years. They recovered a medieval lead cross near Smith's Cove that matched carvings in a French prison where Knights Templar were once held. They found a gold brooch dating to the 14th century. Multiple Roman coins turned up in areas where Chinese and English coins were also discovered, suggesting Oak Island was some kind of ancient meeting ground for cultures separated by continents. In Season 11, they found parchment and leather bookbinding 160 feet underground, potential evidence supporting theories about Shakespeare manuscripts. Tree ring analysis of a U-shaped wooden structure revealed it was built in 1769, 25 years before the Money Pit discovery. In 2022, wood samples were carbon dated to 1735, 60 years before the original discovery, while water samples from the shaft revealed high traces of gold. But perhaps the most significant discovery came in 2025. The team uncovered a network of stone-lined pathways in what was once a triangular cove, abandoned for 800 years. Unlike the single stone road found in Season 8, this was a complex transport system designed to move heavy cargo from a dock to a vault. They also found a professionally cut gemstone on Lot 5, likely medieval, implying the presence of wealthy individuals, knights, pirates, or nobles. Yet after more than a decade of searching, the Laginas have found no wholesale treasure. Each artifact raises more questions than it answers. Why would Romans visit Nova Scotia? How did medieval artifacts reach an uninhabited island? Who built the flood tunnel system that still operates today? The skeptics have grown louder as the years pass. Geologist Stephen Aitken insists there is no treasure, arguing the money pit is simply a natural sinkhole. The island's bedrock contains limestone and gypsum, minerals prone to dissolution under the right conditions. Author Joy Steele suggests the site was actually a tar kiln, part of the British naval stores industry. Other natural sinkholes discovered on the Nova Scotia mainland bear striking resemblances to the money pit, but these explanations struggle with the evidence. Natural sinkholes don't contain coconut fibre, Roman coins, or medieval lead crosses. They don't have engineered flood systems or stone pathways like those found at Smith's Cove. The artifacts are real, professionally authenticated, and genuinely mysterious. The obsession continues because Oak Island represents something beyond treasure hunting. It has become a monument to human persistence, to our refusal to accept that some mysteries cannot be solved. Mildred Restall, widow of one of the 1965 victims, understood this when she said that if you tell men a tale of treasure hunting, there they sit, absolutely spellbound. They have gone into a dream world all their own. Today, as the Lagina brothers prepare for their 13th season, Oak Island remains as enigmatic as ever. They have spent millions using ground-penetrating radar, metal detectors, and computer modeling. They have drained swamps, explored underground chambers, and analyzed thousands of artifacts. They have turned speculation into science, but the core mystery endures. The numbers tell their own story. 230 years of searching, $50 to $100 million spent across generations, hundreds of artifacts found, 6 lives lost, 0 treasure recovered. Rick Lagina himself admits it is the world's longest-running treasure hunt, but that admission contains no defeat, only acknowledgement that some pursuits transcend their original purpose. Perhaps that is Oak Island's true treasure, not gold or jewels or manuscripts, but proof that human curiosity remains unbeatable. In an age where satellites map every inch of Earth and databases catalogue every grain of sand, Oak Island preserves genuine mystery. It reminds us that secrets still exist, that the past still has stories to tell, and that sometimes the search itself becomes more valuable than what we are searching for. The curse may claim that 7 must die before the treasure is found. 6 have died so far, but maybe the real curse is not about death. Maybe it is about hope. Hope that this time, this season, this dig will finally answer the question that has haunted treasure hunters for over 2 centuries. What lies beneath Oak Island? Until that question gets answered, the search will continue, because some mysteries are too compelling to abandon, no matter the cost. But Oak Island is not the only place where fortunes vanished into legend. While treasure hunters were dying in Nova Scotia, halfway around the world in Russia, the Romanov family was hiding $7 billion worth of crown jewels in the most unexpected place imaginable, sewn into their own clothing as they faced execution. The story of what happened to the Tsar's treasure makes Oak Island look simple. Let us dive in.